Hey. It's kind of overdue, but we gotta go out there and give some props to one of the best players in the National Hockey League this previous week. And I'm making this video as some sort of a plea to anybody who can give me a word of advice, because today I have a streaming spot open on goaltending, and I'm wondering, should I pick up John Gibson or Jonathan Quick in my fantasy league? Thanks. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, but I do think I might know where the fans will lean on this one, because today we are talking about Detroit Red Wings starting goaltender John Gibson. Because of the incredible run that he has been able to have for this Wings team on the road trip. You can see right here, John Gibson is riding high with a 5-game win streak ever since that 3 straight losing streak that he put up in the middle of November. This guy has had a December to dismember, one that I think we can go out there and give all the props in the world to, because John Gibson, at 32 years old, making $6.4 million a year till the end of 2027, his save percentage on the year is not great. .890 save percentage in 18 games played, a .313 goals against average. However, this number was a lot worse earlier in the year, because John Gibson in his last 5 games is at 157 saves, 10 goals against, and a .9401 save percentage. Oh my good golly gee. This guy is at 2 goals against per game and a .940 save percentage. What a run for John Gibson. This kind of bleeds into the rest of the season. It's like, oh, if you're an .890 now, after posting up a .940 in the last 5 games, just imagine how bad this number was before this maniacal streak started. And Red Wings goaltending this season has definitely been an area of concern. You can say that defending in general has been tough on the Red Wings, but both of the goalies in Detroit have had pretty bad numbers up to this point. Sure, John Gibson has been on fire lately, but an .890 save percentage is still not good. There's a lot of recovering that needs to be done here for him to post up a reasonable and respectful season somewhere in the .905 plus territory. But John Gibson has really started to take over this race with Cam Talbot as being the #1 goaltender for the Wings at the moment. It's like he heard all the cries of Sebastian Cossa, fans all over saying this guy should be the guy. And then Gibson was like, wait a minute, I'm still here, I'm making $6.4 million, I can play like it, and I can win games. 2 shutouts in the last 3 games worth of hockey contests for John Gibson. Shutout against Chicago, shutout against Vancouver. He's been feeling it as of late. And I think I may have convinced myself to pick him over Jonathan Quick today. We'll get there when we get there. Games don't start till 4, so I got time to make my moves. But still, John Gibson was named the NHL's 2nd star of the week for the week ending on December 14th, and this was posted onto the NHL's social media. Gibson had 3 wins, 0 losses in the week with a 1 goals against average and a .971 save percentage, alongside of 2 shutouts. So, pretty good week for him, all things considered. Look at Connor Mack, by the way. 10 points in 4 games, that's ridiculous. Let's go out there and briefly read the NHL's write-up for John Gibson and what they ended up saying about him. He posted a pair of shutouts in... Okay, we cannot do this. It's totally misaligned. What if we do that? How does that look on the screen? Okay, that's not there yet. Almost. Let's do this, and then we will do this, and then we will do this one more time, and there we go. Okay, it looks nice now. Gibson posted a pair of shutouts in his 3 starts, going 3-0-0 with a 1 goals against average. Not to mention the .971 save percentage to lift the Wings into 2nd place in the Atlantic. He earned his first clean sheet with Detroit by making 39 saves in a 4-0 win over the Canucks. Gibson then turned aside 34 of 37 shots, including each of the first 28 he faced in a 4-3 triumph versus Calgary. Yeah, that was a pretty stressful game, if you remember correctly. The Flames almost came back after being down 4-0. He capped the week with 26 saves for his 26th career shutout in a 4-0 win against Chicago. The 32-year-old Gibson owns a .971 record, 313 goals against, .890 save percentage, and 2 shutouts through 18 games this season. The first with the Red Wings after spending his first 12 NHL campaigns with the Ducks. And speaking about the Anaheim Ducks, John Gibson last year was very good for that Anaheim squad. With the exception of the injuries, he had a .912 save percentage in 29 games. He was reliable when he was in the net. It's just, you didn't really know if he'd be able to be in the net in the first place. And this was expanded upon even more when you read this article, which I wanted to leave in the description, posted by Bob Duff earlier this morning. Red Wings' John Gibson has found his game. This article's great because it goes over some comments made by people that we know and love in the organization. I think I'm getting where I want to be. John Gibson said, I just want to be consistent. Night in, night out. So I think I'm doing that. Red Wings coach Todd McLellan summed up the difference in his goalie as of late. He just looks like Gibby, McLellan said. He's confident. The guys feel really good about playing around him. There's less pucks coming off him. More whistles. Very efficient. Before December, Gibson, in his first season with the Wings after 12 years with the Ducks, was clearly in a funk. He went winless in November, going 0-5-1 in 6 games. The turnaround in his performance played a significant role in Detroit's 4-1-1 record on the club's recently completed road trip. I'd say it starts with great goaltending, Dylan Larkin said, and Gibby was great on the trip, and so was Talbs. Now, it's kind of interesting when you look at the way Detroit has played throughout this season. We did make a bunch of videos over the course of the start of the year that spoke about the Red Wings' low PDO number. Yes, it's true, the Wings did get off to a pretty good start, and they were in a pretty good spot in the Atlantic Division. I'd say for most of the year, they were hovering around the bottom-ish part of the playoff picture, but then they got back into it, especially with the road trip. The Red Wings were in a good spot for a good chunk to open up the season, but they still had low PDO numbers. And I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but we did make a bunch of videos about that specific stat, that even though the Wings were winning and they had a good record, the save percentages were low and the shooting percentages were low too. The Red Wings had the worst PDO in the National Hockey League, which is generally measured as a statistic of luck. If you have high save percentages and high shooting percentages, it means your team is getting kind of lucky. But being on the low end for both implies a regression to the mean that is inevitable over the course of a season, and that may be what we are seeing here. John Gibson getting back into the groove, getting back into the swing of things, recovering his save percentage back to .890 territory, which is not great, but this sample right here really enforces how much better things have gotten. I mean, just look at John Gibson's body of work on the season. He had, 2-3 games over 900 in save percentages before this recent week? That's incredible. Regression to the mean will always go out there and triumph any long-term withstanding opinion or status quo about a player, in most cases, I would say. Unless you're just totally washed and you forget how to play the position, like a Jack Campbell or something, it's usually a good bet to say that somebody, especially of the talent profile like a Gibson, is going to get back to where he could be. So with that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about John Gibson being named the NHL's second star of the week, as well as his crazy good run as of late? Should I take him in fantasy over Jonathan Quick for a streamer option right now? Do you think he is a long-term hold? Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.